Hi, it's Gary from PoolSupplies.com. Thank you for joining us today. And today we're going to go over a few questions that we've been given. Thanks for sending those in to us. Again, you can send those to support@PoolSupplies.com. Thank you.
How do I measure my pool for a new liner?
So when you're measuring your pool for a liner, you want to measure on the outside of the wall. You want to measure, say, near a upright. You want to measure from the bottom of the rim to the top of the rim. You want to make sure that if there's any soil or backfill against it, that you pull that back so you are truly measuring the entire wall height. At the same time, when you're measuring the inside, you would measure from one side of the wall to the other side. You would want to do that also as a plus sign so that you're going, like, say, from noon to 6 and 3 to 9 at the same time.
How often do I need to put chemicals in?
So, how often do I need to put chemicals in was one of our questions today. And that really depends on the weather conditions, bathing loads. You want to get acclimated with the pool chemistry, and that is one important thing first. But adding chemicals to the pool in general, once a week, depending on if you're using tablets or granular. Granulars are a little bit more to the every other day or as needed type of situation. And again, that's through testing the water. As well as adding those chemicals, you do want to check your pH and your alkalinity. That's also going to be a variation to when I should add chemicals, because again, the chemistry of the pool needs to be balanced all the way across. Making sure your sanitizer is adequate, pH is adequate, and the alkalinity is also adequate.
How often should I test my pool?
Testing your pool is very important. You want to know the pH and the alkalinity as well as your sanitizer. These all three function together to keep your pool sanitized for bathers. At the same time too, any weather conditions, windstorms, rain, those types of things are going to, in general, deplete the chemistry. I would probably say at least do it 3 times a week. If you're a little bit more familiar with the pool, then maybe 2 to maybe even 1 time a week. But you want to make sure you're at least doing it once a week to make sure that you're keeping your chemicals balanced and the water sanitary for swimmers.
How do I shock my pool?
When shocking your pool, you want to have a bucket, you want to have water in that bucket, a stir stick, and the appropriate amount of shock that you need for your size pool. You would be doing that by measuring your pool, knowing if it's 24 around, it would be 24 times 24 times the average depth, say 4 feet, and then times 5.9, which would be for a square cubic feet of water in a round pool. When doing that, at the same time, you want to make sure the chemical is poured into the water, not water on top of the chemical. Doing that would cause possibly a fire or toxic gases. So you always want to make sure that you're pouring the shock into water. Make sure that you're stirring it well, getting it dissolved. When you're pouring it into the pool, you do want to pour it near the return, and then that would allow the circulation of the return to kind of disperse that a little bit more around the pool perimeter itself. It's been Gary with PoolSupplies.com. Thanks for joining us. Watch us next week for more pool pro tips from Gary. Please check the description for links to the products used in this video. If you have any questions for me, please email support@PoolSupplies.com. Thank you.